think that fuels why he was so obsessive over it. Because I think he really felt personal. Like I really think he felt like I've devoted my entire life to this, and then this, this young whippersnapper comes in and steals my thunder.
Okay, so like this is like he was already like at the top
Hmm.
percentage of people. Like he was a court subject. Like he already had a great life. Like yes, people dedicated their entire lives to things and still did not
Right.
get the recognition they deserve. So I kind of a tiny violin for me. Like I don't know.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chicago Cinephiles podcast. I am your co-host. Joining with me today is James. How you doing today, sir?
Doing great. Wish I had my own little Charmander for how cold it is.
Right. Well, as you can tell, we are down a person today. Our beloved Steven is not feeling too good, so shout out to Steven. Hope you feel better, buddy. We'll try to hold the fort down and try to make you proud. Um, but yeah, so today we're back doing our deep dive into Oscar winners, and this is the 1985 winner, Amadeus. So we're going to talk about that today. So if this is your first time, welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome back. We are the Chicago Cinephiles podcast, a podcast that focuses on previous winners and should they have won, yes or no, and we kind of go into them a little bit. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop into this. As I mentioned, we are doing the Amadeus episode, which was released in September 19th of 1984. It was adapted from a play or a stage play in 1979. Stars in the movie are F. Murray Abraham as Antonio Salieri, Tom Hulsey or Hulse, I'm not sure, as Mozart, Simon Cowell as Emmanuel Shikander, sure, and then Elizabeth Barrage as Mrs. Mozart, or Cantans. So it had a budget of about 18 million, and it did box office really well. It gained 90 million, so pretty good turn on investments. Was nominated 11 nominations, included, and it won eight, including Best Picture, Best
Not
Director,
bad, not bad, not bad.
right? Both Abraham and Halsey, or the guy playing Mozart, were both nominated for the Best Actor. This is the last time this has happened, so it's been 40 years and we haven't had that yet. So that'd be kind of interesting when that's going to happen again. AFI has this ranked as the number 53 movie of all time in their 100 movies, 100 years list. And then 2019, Library of Congress selected it for preservation in the National Film Registry. So those are just kind of some quick little things here. Now we're going to do the summary, which usually is where Steven is. So I'm just going to kind of read off. Unfortunately, I'm not as talented as Steven, so I'm just going to read off a summary that's on the internet. So forgive me, but we'll be glad to get Steven back next week. So let me read this off to you. So Amadeus follows a bitter rivalry, mostly in one man's head, between two composers in the 18th century Vienna. The story is told by Antonio Salieri, a respected but uninspired court composer who becomes consumed with jealousy when he meets Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, a crude, childish young man who nonetheless creates music of effortless genius. Salieri believes God has cruelly favored Mozart and turns his devotion into hatred, secretly working to undermine him while presenting himself as a friend. As Mozart struggles with money, illness, and rejection from the court, Salieri manipulates events behind the scenes, pushing him towards exhaustion and despair. Spoilers. Mozart dies young, largely unrecognized, while Salieri survives, haunted by guilt and convinced he has been condemned to mediocrity. This film isn't a strict biography so much as a dramatic mediation of envy, faith, talent, and the agony of knowing greatness when you don't possess it yourself. So,
Good,
not
fun written summary, but
right, not as good as Steven, but we'll take it.
yeah.
Um, okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about what was happening in the world during that time period to maybe justify or maybe influence why this one. So let's talk about 1984. It took a little while to get things going because a lot of stuff just was like didn't really seem like noteworthy. I'm sure at the time it was, but now 40 years later. But in April, Marvin Gaye, the singer, was shot and killed by his dad, which is I can't even imagine that. Like it's so crazy to think.
Jeez. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not good.
yeah. In May, the Soviet Union boycotted the Olympics, which was held in the U.S., I believe.
There's
Um,
actually a funny parody of that on The Simpsons where
Because
like
isn't that Lake
like
Placid in '84 Lake Placid Olympics?
I think so. But like there's like a promotion like they kind of dubbed that
No, it's
if
Los Angeles. I'm sorry.
America wins doesn't if America wins, they will cut out free hamburgers. Apparently there was an actual promotion and the Soviets boycotted. So like America just swept,
That's
which
funny.
is crazy.
I mean, to be fair, it was the Summer Olympics. We would have swept anyway, except for gymnastics. Let's be honest. Um,
True.
in June of that year, Ghostbusters was released, so a little bit of in our realm of movies. For all of you, for all of you teenagers who are trying to sneak into movie theaters, this is not a good day for you. In July, PG-13 rating debuted. I think before it was just like just
Ooh.
PG and R, I guess, or whatever, or NC-17. Um, in July as well, the serial killer known as Ed Gein died in prison. Um, don't watch the Netflix movie. It's not real. It's not. It's not. It does a terrible job. Don't watch it. As someone who loves true crime, they really like. I understand, dramatizing it, but they make someone be his girlfriend who in real life was not his girlfriend, and that's not cool.
Mm.
Yeah, like or like his love interest. Like that's just not cool because she had nothing to do with him. In August, the author Truman Capote died. And then in December, Britain returns Hong Kong to China. Not so sure about that
Oh.
one, but well,
No, isn't that 1999 or 98?
not according to this.
Mm.
All right,
Okay.
let's see. 19. Let's see. What
I thought it
was?
was in the 90s.
No, because I always have a History Channel thing pulled up. Let's see here. Because it's in there. It's always in their thing. It's the very last thing that happened. Let's see here. Yeah, it says Britain agrees to return Hong Kong to China. In the Hall of People, Beijing Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and Chinese Premier Zhao signed an agreement committing Britain to return to Hong Kong and China in 1997. So, but the agreement was in
Okay.
84. So we were both right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I guess it's
Just
like
like
it's probably like a way to like hey, we need time to get our people out type deal.
yeah.
That's good catching there though. Nice. And then, yeah, so that's it. So then now we are going to move on to our fun facts. So James is going to be covering all of that today. So James, give us some fun facts about Mr. Amadeus or the movie.
Uh, well, yes. I will not go into detail about Mozart, the real person. But This trivia is kind of wild. It goes from like secret police to actual secret police to where they filmed and all this craziness and facts. So this is going to be an interesting one. Um, so we'll start off with what I thought was kind of a fun jerky move to a co-star. Tom Hollis um learned learned how to play the piano. He didn't know how to play it. He knew how to play the guitar. And Mozart was filming. Like he would actually, the person playing the piano was actually him filming. It was actually him doing it. He learned the piano in 6 months. He spent
Hmm.
like 4 hours a day learning how to do it. But one of the my favorite things about when the scene when Salieri and Mozart were going at it, at the end of the movie where he's like writing things down, um, somehow as Mozart was purposely skipping around in the script to mess up Abraham because he wanted to make it so look like he didn't was understanding what Mozart was writing down. He was like, "What are you doing, man? You're skipping around all the set." So kind of a jokey co-star
That's
right there,
funny.
but I think you got it. Now this is a long one, but this is my favorite fun fact. Um, so the film was filmed in 1983 in Czechoslovakia, in 1983, which was under communist rule. Now they used Prague as a stand-in for Vienna because Prague looked more like Vienna back in the day than Vienna did at the current time.
Hmm.
Um, so um, the team followed around the secret police were followed around the secret police followed the production team, and in particular Milos Forman. And the cast spoke of fears of the July 4th prank, where um, they unraveled an American flag in the concert hall and started singing the Star Spangled Banner. So this is communist Czechoslovakia at the time, and there were about 30 people that didn't sit up like during like because it was done at the theater house
Hmm.
and like, as extras, and they believed all 30 of them were the secret police watching this and tailing different people.
Oh my gosh.
Which apparently Melanos was considered a local hero, but was had to get special permission to enter the Soviet Union controlled area because he was banned from that country because he became an American citizen.
Who is this?
Um, Milos Forman.
Was he like the producer or who was that?
Yeah, he was the I think the screenwriter on it.
Okay. Gotcha.
So he was there. So and he was considered kind of a local celebrity, local hero because he left and he had done a movie previously and that was banned because it was tied to him.
Mm.
Um, so the only way that he could go is he had to go to the hotel right after he was done with shooting. He couldn't go out to eat. He couldn't do anything. And there was a driver, um, who he was his best friend from the old days, as he said. Um, and like the secret police would basically follow him around to make sure he went to the
Wow.
hotel and all that. So like all great movies in the 80s, communists are involved. Another little funny thing was Elizabeth Burridge. Um, so she was eating candy, the maid. She was eating the candy and the lumps of marzipan. Um, and she ate 15 whole pieces because she didn't know she could spit it out in between takes. She said she made herself really sick after
Yeah.
shooting one because she ate 15 pieces.
Wow.
So I thought that funny. Um, and let's see here. Oh, so his laugh that not Wolfgang, Amadeus Mozart supposedly have, um, he based it off of a former director that he worked with. Didn't name the director, but let's look and see it. To me, his laugh kind of reminded me of uh, Caesar Romero from The Joker in the '60s, but whatever. Um, but what I found interesting is the genesis of the laugh. So there was these two letters that were written to him by two women and described his laugh as infectious giddy, which sounds like metal scraping the glass. However, there's no proof of this, but it's a fun story. That's
It
what
kind of,
the
I feel like it kind of adds to like his childlikeness, you know?
yeah. But I hope fun facts were adequate. I did
They
bring the
were
communists in.
fun. You can't spell fun
I
without
guess.
communism. Alrighty, well then let's hop on into the movie. This is a movie that I have seen before. James, you had not seen, correct? Or had you seen?
I had not seen it. I only knew about pop cultures, and I was very confused when the Amadeus song was not in this movie.
Who sings that song? Is it Pet Shop Boys?
I think so.
Let's
I
look
was
it
like
up.
thinking about it
Who
because like
sings it?
I first
No,
remember
it's
learning
somebody. Oh, it was Falco. Okay.
about like I was thinking of it because like there's a Simpsons episode where they say Amadeus, Amadeus, oh Amadeus, and then, like
Yeah,
it's like a Planet of the Apes mashup, and I was like, okay,
that's
so they probably
funny.
sing the song. So I kept thinking they're gonna sing this Amadeus song,
Here it is. Wait
and I
for
was
it.
like, no, and I was like, how are they gonna work this in between all of like Mozart's actual productions? But like, pop culture won out over what I thought it would be.
That's funny. I had seen this movie before. I'm not gonna lie. I watched it only like a couple of years ago because it's like it's always on. Like at one point, I was trying to watch every IMDb top 250 movie. I got pretty far down the list, and then I just kind of gave up. I was like, whatever. But this is like ranked pretty high on there, and so like I picked it, and I didn't really care for it the first time. I think I just wasn't in the right mind space. It was very boring at the time. We'll talk about later if I still feel that way. But I don't. It was just a very like I don't know if it was just I don't know if I wasn't in the mood for like this type of movie or what. But I just didn't enjoy it the first time, so I was kind of dreading watching it again. So, um, one thing I do want to give credit though is the style of the movie. I like how it's told in Solari, however you want to say it. I like how it's told in his point of view. So, in theory, you would think it would show him being the good guy, but it still shows him as the tormented, bad guy, obviously. So, I think it maybe shows that, like, even in his own mind, he realized that he was obsessive and was the bad guy in the end. What did you enjoy the style? Like, it was just interesting how it's like this old man, confessing to a priest.
When people like think they're amazing and then they're like, like they're thinking back on it and you're like, if this is the version that you're telling me, I can't imagine what the actual events happened because like I know historically there's no
Yeah, it's not right.
not right, but like if we're talking about the movie, it's like how bad and terrible were you actually? If this is what you're telling us and you think, yes, this is like I
Yeah,
don't know,
like,
it just
like
seemed kind
no,
of
100%.
interesting.
No, 100% agreed. So like what do you think about Solari? Do you think that how do you portray him? Do you put him in the villain category? Do you put him in the hero category? Do you put him in the mixture? Where do you put him?
I mean, like, is he bad? Yes. Like, but like, I think he's like shades of gray. Like, he does
Hmm.
have redeeming qualities. He is kind of terrible. Like, the stuff that he does, like, especially with Mozart's wife, gets a little weird.
And the
Doesn't fall
dad,
through. Oh, yeah.
like
Ooh, the
dressing up
dad.
as like the
Yeah. I mean, I guess pretending to be your Mozart's dead dad to make him write a funeral sympathy, like,
It's like
orchestra.
dressing up as Hamlet's dad. Like
Yeah. I guess that is pretty bad now that when you kind of say it like that.
can
In the
can
movie, it didn't seem so bad.
can we cue the Austin Powers where it's like Daddy wasn't there to take me to the fair to change my underwear. I think that's Austin Powers, isn't it?
I don't remember,
Now it's
but
going to look at.
way
Let's
to
see.
uh,
Let's see who. Let's
but
see. Let's come. But yeah, it was okay. Yeah, Ming T saying it on Austin Powers. I thought so. Okay,
oh, okay.
but no, you're right. Like I think I agree. I think he's kind of a myth. I think that you know, part of you kind of wonders like, did he get lost in the sauce, and like, is that truly his? Like, is that truly how he was, or he's gets so obsessed? Because I feel like everyone has been obsessed about something, not to the level of this, I'm gonna say, but I think we've all been like either like willing to lower our standards for somebody or willing to, let like a job, for example, like, you know, do things you would never agree to otherwise because you just want to stay there or you want the job that bad. So like I think he probably is I mean, he's definitely a great character. I don't think he's a villain, but he's also not a hero in my opinion.
I also think, well, like I guess towards the end, if we want to talk about that, but like I feel like he gives himself a little bit too much credit for Mozart's death. Just
Hmm.
gonna say it. Like, I don't think it was his fault, like he claimed that he murdered Mozart, but like, I mean, Mozart was very unstable and kind of in this movie, like drinking and all that crap. Like, he wasn't like in the best shape. So him, I guess, maybe pushing him over the edge, but like, I don't know. I think he's a little full of himself for that.
Yeah, well, I think it's like, well, if he couldn't be a better musician, at least he can say he helped kill him. You know what I mean? Like I feel like in his head, that's his way of saying like I was the better person, I was the better whatever you want
Uh,
to say. Like I don't know.
yeah.
Um, but man, I swear, like Solari's jealousy really does kind of interfere with the God-given talent that Mozart has, which I can understand, like with Solari being like a fellow musician. But you think he'd be able to recognize the greatness of Mozart and put that behind him. I view this very similar to like someone who is like classically, I mean, it's the same thing obviously, but someone who's like classically trained in something versus someone who has like a TikTok one hit wonder and they make $1 billion and the person who's classically trained makes, 35,000 a year or whatever. Like it has to be some resentment in that because you're like, I did it the right way. Why am I not being famous? But on the other hand, you also I feel like you have to look at that and be like, that's what greatness looks like. Like you need to be able to look at it and be like, there's only one Michael Jordan. There's only one insert whatever you want to, like famous, whatever you want, in my opinion. What's your take on that? Like, do you think the jealousy, like, do you see Solari's like jealousy? Do you kind of understand it?
So I kind of understand the jealousy, but like, you have two ways of looking at when you meet somebody who is, I think, better than you at this, like which clearly Mozart was.
Hmm.
Um, you either take it as a personal challenge where you will try to improve yourself to try to compete, or you try to like, you know what, I'm gonna take this person out because I don't want them to be better than me. So it's like I get he was like king of like Vienna at the time, like he was
Hmm.
like the court, like, and then somebody new upstart comes in. So I know which sidebar, the funny thing about Solari is this movie made his music more famous again. Like people started listening to it again, which I find is like hilarious. So like Mozart actually brought him this movie brought him into like
Relevant 200
re-
years later.
relevant instead of he became obscure. Like no one knew who he was until this movie. But no, I see his God-given talent. Like I don't know. I'm under the impression like you need to work at your craft and get better. Like so, if he doesn't practice and like tries to rise to Mozart, then like it's on him. That's on him.
Well, no, but I'm saying like Mozart had just had that talent, and so like I agree with you. I think like the old adage that iron sharpens iron. I feel like that totally fits. And then like also on the other hand, you're talking about like backstabbing, like an eye for an eye makes the world blind.
Oh,
So it's like I
like
mean, because we've all been in a situation, and like I can relate to it because I played sports. Like I was never the best player on the team ever, but I mean like I was always like the top. I mean, I'm not gonna like I'll brag a little bit. I was always like top two or three on the team. And then I would make the all star team, and then you get there, and then it's like everybody's the best, and then you're like, okay, now I'm the 12th best, But that motivated me. That didn't like I didn't get jealous because somebody could do X, Y, and Z. Like, and I'm glad I had that mindset to not be sabotaging or pouty, whatever. It's just like, okay, that's great. I'm happy for you.
yeah, it's not like you were trying to like trying to trip your fellow player. It's just like
Right.
you tried to be better. Like I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's my
100%.
impression, but you know,
Yeah, some people I guess different. Let's just
Mhm.
take a moment though and like talk about Solari a little bit. Like, I feel like he did. I do understand his point of view because he did like commit his life. Like, I feel like he was betrayed. I feel like he. I think the reason why he's so jealous is because he took it personal. Because I think he really felt betrayed because he had made that deal with God to be a composer of skill, devoting his life to music, and then this prodigy just walks in and like undermines him basically. Now, as part of that, because Solari is crazy, because you don't really make deals with like God or the devil type deal, or like I think that's why he's so upset about it because he made that like he could, I mean, because he like didn't take a lover or anything, I'm pretty sure. And so it's like I understand devoting your life to a craft and then having just someone come in and like giggling and playing with with that woman, like under the piano or whatever, like the very beginning when you're trying to figure out which one is this prodigy. It's like I kind of see it, you know what I mean?
I don't know. Making the deal with God just seems weird. Did God talk back to him supposedly? I don't know. But like it's not like God like appeared and made a deal with him. So it's
Right.
like
They didn't sign a contract.
it's kind of like a one-way thing. It's kind of like,
That's on you,
well,
brother.
they said this. Did they really say that? Like, did they? No, I don't know. Like, I think, you know, people just can't see. It's like I think he's one of those people that blames everyone but himself.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Mozart is probably once in a legend, crazy good. Like,
Yeah. It is
and
kind of
then
annoying that you had to be there in the same time. Like if he was here now, he would be the guy. Of course, it wouldn't be as popular, but he'd be the main guy, probably.
yeah, and but and it would have a global reach. But like, I don't know. I have a hard time with people that say like I made a deal and no, you didn't. Like you
Yeah.
just made that up in your head.
Maybe it's like
You
his
need to
way
get
of
help, man.
justifying it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that old Seinfeld adage by George Costanza. It's not a lie if you believe it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it just
No,
seems kind of
but I mean, I think
funny.
that fuels why he was so obsessive over it. Because I think he really felt personal. Like I really think he felt like I've devoted my entire life to this, and then this, this young whippersnapper comes in and steals my thunder.
Okay, so like this is like he was already like at the top
Hmm.
percentage of people. Like he was a court subject. Like he already had a great life. Like yes, people dedicated their entire lives to things and still did not
Right.
get the recognition they deserve. So like, I kind of a tiny violin for me. Like I don't know, tiny
Now,
violin.
is
Like
that is that cello number four? No, I agree. But like, let's just take a moment to like appreciate the difference between Mozart and Salieri. Like, I tried to look up some of the Salieri stuff. I don't really know any of it, but we all know Mozart stuff, obviously. Like,
mhm.
I'm gonna look it up because I can't remember what some of the names are, but like you all know it. Like, like you all know like his famous stuff. Like, there's just if you played it, you would all know it. Like, I know Requiem in D minor is one of the more popular ones. Like, there's just ones you would just, I guarantee you, there's probably at least five that most of us recognize right off the bat. So I just want to take a moment just to appreciate his greatness. That he's literally at what they say, like 4 years old. He was doing he had written his first like musical. Like, isn't that crazy?
I mean, what else is a
God,
4-year-old gonna do? Like of a duke. Like
he's on Goo Goo Gaga.
yeah, like um,
Take that, Mrs. Rachel, or whatever her name is.
yeah. But like Mozart like was interesting because like Baroque was. Did we freeze?
You there?
Yeah, I think we
Okay.
froze.
Yeah, we froze. Okay.
Okay, 1 second. Like, okay, I'll edit this part.
Take that, Miss Rachel. You can't teach my kid goo goo gaga when we're teaching them symphonies and Ein Klein Nach music.
Exactly. But like, I don't know. Mozart is interesting because like I don't know. We're not going to, this is not a classical musical podcast. And I'm just remembering what I kind of
Thankfully.
remember. Just keep that in mind, people out there. But like, I think it's interesting because Mozart, he was a transition away from Baroque into this classical style that we think
Mm.
more into Romanticism. So like, it kind of fits like where Soleni was probably is a little bit more Baroque in this style. So it's more
Mm.
dramatic, where Salerni is more where Mozart is more romantic and just enjoying it and less dramatic. Um, Sidebar: if you ever get to see a Baroque theater, go to it because they're amazing and they're pretty and their special effects you can see that they had in the back in the day were was awesome. But
Well, a
yeah,
Baroque theater is what I am when I go to it, but don't, I'm broke.
yeah, we all know Phantom of the Opera tickets are expensive.
Are you more like off topic? But I, I obviously I can appreciate Mozart, but man, I'm definitely more of a Bach kind of guy. I love
Yeah,
Bach. I just think Bach
Bach
has
is
way more
good.
stuff.
No, Bach, I do enjoy Bach. Like, I don't know. Mozart, not a big fan of that time period, but I like Bach over it.
One of the and this is totally unrelated, so you can totally cut this out if you want to, but one of my favorite, funniest memes, if you just go to Google and type in Bach chicken and it's just and go to images and it is literally just a bunch of pictures of chickens with Bach face imposed on it and it's the funniest thing ever. It's like one of my most like I love this. He's like bok 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 bok. Like it's one of my favorite. Like I would make that my background right now if I could. Like I just think that's one of those funniest. Like I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like grew up on a farm, but I think it's just so freaking funny.
Oh, remind editor, put this in like the clip of the meme.
Isn't it great? It's just
Oh
like,
yeah, it's hilarious.
oh gosh, sorry, we're getting sidetracked without Steven here. We're just a bunch of guys cutting up, so we'll try to get back on task. I do like how when Mozart talks about the music that we hear it playing, so we kind of can hear how he's like what he hears in his head. Because to me, that makes it like truly show his genius. Like when he's in the bed and he's like doing it, and it's like you can hear it. I love that. I thought it was a great touch for the movie. Did you appreciate that?
Yeah, because I always enjoy like seeing how try to get like a curtain behind creative people think and how
Yeah,
they come to their own answers, like painters, musicians, all of that. It's always fun to see that, and when you get a little piece of it, it's always great to look at. Like I enjoy
yeah,
it a lot.
I agree. Yeah, I 100% agree. Now, critics, historians, whatever, they criticize the portrayal of Mozart as a little stretched, a little not as accurate. He wasn't an immature prodigy, but I think he obviously may have had some. There may have been some immaturity. Obviously, we all have that. But why do you think that they decided to go this direction and portray him that way? I guess I'll go first. I think it's. Do you think it's because it's coming from Solari or Solari's POV? And
Oh,
so,
100%.
like, is
Like
that what he is? Like,
like well, like so well, we'll gotta talk about the movie, but like like when you're looking at it, it's like it's Slayer's perspective. It's like how I had a hard time with and the for that Forbidden City movie we saw for China that we watched
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
Last Emperor or whatever. I had a hard time like separating those two, like the reality versus the movie. But like I definitely think it had a lot of play with how immature he is because it's like, look at this kid. Like he doesn't even know how great
Mm-hmm.
he is. And like this gives him more justification to be
Yeah.
kind of like, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Like,
Because I ain't gonna lie, like there's a few times where I almost muted his laugh because it's that annoying. Like his laugh is annoying to me.
well,
So I can,
historians don't know if the laugh is real
well,
or
I
not.
know, but I'm saying, but like that's what I'm saying though. Like I can understand Solari if he's like kind of emphasizing that because I was like, okay, this is kind of annoying, and I go lie.
Yeah, they'll have to kind of wear on you, but like I think that could be playing up, like you said, for Solari's like perspective. Like, yeah, he's so annoying, and I like now people always add like when they're talking crap about thing, and they add one more thing. This is that one more thing. Like his laugh was terrible. Like, like just to like grate on people's nerves or whatever.
Do you think
But
that? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh no, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask you because Mozart, honestly, he comes off very innocence, maybe not the right word, but like if I was in Mozart's shoes, I would have picked up on the fact that this guy's mocking me or this guy's trying to make me go crazy. I really you kind of feel sorry for Mozart in a way. Like, cause well, one, he dies penniless, but two, like, he gets tormented. But also, like, I don't know, like, I think it makes Mozart look better by not, I'll use a 21st century term, crashing out on him. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, what do you think? Like, do you think that Mozart knew it and he was playing him, like you said, like in that one scene, whenever he's like not telling him the full, like, I think he picked it up then, but like, do you think he knew all along that? Because I don't think he did. Like, I don't think he knew that this guy hated him as much as he said he did, or is it like as he thought? You know what I mean? I don't think he knew that.
Well, how do we put this in a politically correct way? Mozart was in this movie is portrayed to have such immaculate skill and so great. Like he doesn't care about his haters. Haters are gonna hate. So
Mm,
like I don't think that he like would register. It's like, why wouldn't he be my friend? You know those types of people like
yeah,
where you meet, they're like, yeah, you're my friend, whatever, and you just met them 3 seconds ago and they start getting a little too personal, too quick.
yeah,
I think that's kind of the most this Mozart character. Now, what he is in real life, I don't know. That's no, we're not discussing that. But I he so I think it's a very one-way streak. Like, in real life, Solani tutored one of Mozart's family members. Like, so it's not like in reality, but like I don't think like if I was Mozart, I wouldn't have realized it because like
right.
he is giving him advice like, hey, you need peoples, you need to do this. Like, does he try to take advantage of it and try to manipulate him in a certain way? Yes, but like his pride kind of gets in the way of that, like
Yeah.
Mozart. So I don't know. I have a little hard. It's a one-sided beef on Salerno's because like Mozart's like whatever, but I don't know.
Um, spoilers. Give you a few seconds to look away. What do you think about the death of Mozart and how he died with a lot of debt? Now, to be fair, the movie didn't really do a good job of this, but he was paying it off at the time, so he was kind of catching back up. But it's kind of sad, like the way the movie ends, he just died, he just gets buried in like a common grave, basically.
I mean, I think it's actually a good ending because like
Hmm, okay.
no matter how great you are,
Mm,
no matter your impact, you still end up in the ground like everybody else.
you still
Like,
become or worm food.
yeah, like it doesn't matter. Like now, could he have not had a common grave? Yes, whatever. Um, but like I think it does. Like if I was telling this from Salerni's perspective, Mozart, no matter how great he is, he's still going to end up dead like the same way I'm going to end up dead. Like just becoming worm food. There's no saving this because he's a great person. Like we all end up as worm food.
It is sad though that like we today in history don't know exactly where he's buried.
I mean, we know a lot of famous people where they're not buried. It's just
And it's still sad. Like I hate that. Like I love the fact that like being able to just go and like see their body. Like I don't know. I think that's one benefit about like America is like since we're so young, most of the famous Americans we know where they're buried. Like we know where George Washington's buried. Like you know what I mean? Like I just appreciate. I just wish you could like. I mean, I know they have a general idea, but it's just kind of sad that like we don't really know fully where he is and like a proper. I mean, I know he has like. I assume he has like a headstone now, but it's just kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but like I don't know, it was just like back in the day, like Europe has a completely different way of doing cemeteries. Like you rent it, and then once that lease is up, your body's usually decomposed. They run it out to the next spot. Usually it's like 100 years. So like a new grave moves in. So they recycle their cemeteries. If they don't keep paying, then the cemetery headstone goes away.
Is
It's a
that
just
true?
different culture.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, it is. No, it is true. Like certain
Well,
graves in Europe,
I
you
mean,
you you have to keep paying.
I can understand that, but but it's just like I don't know, because like Solari has one, so I just and like this is like in Italy, right? It's in Vienna, or it's in Vienna. Well, it's in
It would be
Vienna.
Vienna.
So I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things, just kind of weird. I don't know. I see your point, but I'm sad that's how he died. Like, because I just kind of feel I don't know. I just feel like people who are great, I want to like. And I'm weird about graveyards and cemeteries. I'm actually like a fan of it. I know it's weird to say, but like
Mm.
I enjoy going to visit them and seeing it. Like my dad is is dead, and he got cremated, and I I don't necessarily agree with that. It's not my decision; it's his decision. But his mom on her tombstone put like a little etching that says like "and our beloved son," and so like I appreciate that because it's somewhere for me to go. You know what I mean? Like I am, and I'm the guy that like watches like there's a YouTuber that does Hollywood cemeteries, and I love it because I love seeing what they're located. I don't know. So for me, it's like I love being able to go and like physically visit places. Like Graceland in Chicago was is one of my favorite cemetery. Like I used to go there all the time when I lived right near it. You know, it's if you ever get a chance to go, please go to it. There's obviously a lot of famous people buried there too, but
Yeah.
also it's just like neat to kind of just walk around and like see the statues and stuff. I would just or you can get, be careful though, because there's like foxes and wolves in there and stuff. So like, don't be on the backside of it. Like, I'll never
I
forget like being on the like the L line and looking down and seeing like foxes in there. It's like, yeah, they live there.
I mean,
So
it's a great place for them. It's open. It has all these trees and
yeah,
grass and
it's pretty quiet. Like most people aren't gonna mess with it, obviously.
yeah.
Um, okay, well, we've been a little sidetracked today. This movie obviously is, I guess we'll get to it now. Is did we like it? I'll go first. I did like it better this time around. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I was kind of surprised. Like I said, I was kind of dreading it. But I enjoyed it a lot. It's one of those movies where like I don't think we need to spend like an hour talking about its greatness because like I don't think it's like in the grand scheme, I don't think it's like I wouldn't put it 53rd on AFI's list, you know what I mean?
I
But
was very surprised by that.
I do appreciate it though. I do think it's a good movie, obviously. So it has grown on me, and I wonder if like the older I get, if it'll grow even more. I don't know. Like, and it's not even like oh, I like classical music now. It's like I've always enjoyed classical music, so it's like I can't say that. Like in college, I used to always listen to classical music while I studied, so like I'm very familiar with it. It's just I liked it a lot more this time around. What about you?
I first time seeing it after realizing the Amadeus song was not going to be in it. Um, no, I enjoyed it. It was different. It's not like it's not normal-ish kind of movies that I would normally seek out.
Hmm.
Um, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good story. I thought the like Solaire's point of view kind of we're looking at it through his lens, which gives the movie shielding from um what actual really happened. So it kind of gives you that plausible deniability. I enjoyed it. I would not put it as like the best movie, but like I would not put it as high as AFI. Like I would I wouldn't even put it in the top 200. Like it's okay. Like I enjoyed it. I'm gonna watch it again. Probably not, but I enjoyed it.
I could probably put it in the top. I could probably put it in the top 150. I think I could put it there.
Really?
But to be fair, like,
Yeah.
how many other Oscar winners have we had that we can say that with? There's a lot of duds.
I mean,
You know,
Casablanca.
I will say, how dare you? That's not a dud.
No, but
Um,
like
oh, you're
no,
saying
how
it's
many have
not? I
we
see what you're
done?
saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like we've done a
Um,
lot. We've done some bangers on this podcast.
I know, but we've also done some stinkers. Like
Um,
so far, my favorite decade has been, I think, it's probably been the '80s because we've done a few '80s. We've done the one I didn't like was Ordinary People. But we did do The Last Emperor, which we talked about. We did Amadeus, and we've done Rain Man. So like we've done some pretty good ones for this, in the 30s. I mean, there's some bad ones in the 30s, but there's some, so I'll be interested to kind of see at the end when we do all this, what was our favorite decade?
Oh, yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know if I
Because
have a
like,
favorite decade yet.
because realistically, like, what is the third? Like, All Quiet in the Western Front was good. I don't really care for Cimarron or Grand Hotel. I mean, it is what it is. I'll never watch those again.
Uh,
Mutiny on the
Great
Bounty, I
Sickfield,
liked.
getting about it. Great Sickfield was entertaining to see.
The Great Ziegfeld and the Life of Emile Zola, I didn't care about.
No,
I did like You Can't Take It With You.
that one. That's what I was trying to remember.
So
That
that
was
so that's a good one.
I like
So
that movie.
and then
30s was a good set.
arguably the two best films from the 30s, Gone with the Wind and It Happened One Night, we haven't got to yet. So the 30s might still be, we'll get there. But anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's kind of a wrap up on that. So then let's move on to, did we think it deserved to win? For reference, IMDb gives it an 8.4. I'm not gonna lie to you, this year I didn't know any of the nominations. So The Killing Fields gets a 7.8, A Passage to India 7.3, Places in the Heart 7.4, and then A Soldier Story 7.2. James, you gave me a look. Were you in the same category as me for these like other four or
I had not seen any of these movies, but I saw so many movies from this year, but I had not seen any of like Ghostbusters. I think Indiana Jones came out, The Karate Kid, if I'm not mistaken. Um, oh, that what's that movie? Trying to look it up. Look it up.
Terminator?
Uh, well, Terminator 2, but Once Upon a
No,
Time in
Terminator 1
America
came
with
out in this.
yeah, but Once Upon a Time in America is a good film.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
I can't believe that wasn't nominated. And then yeah, like there were so many good movies. Like I can't believe I hadn't seen any of those, but I felt like 84 was a good year.
And then like I know for like a lot of like film students, they make you watch Paris, Texas or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That came out in 84 as well. Gr
Footloose.
Gremlins.
Oh, classic, classic,
Oh,
classic. Spinal
Footloose, you
Tap.
said?
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
the thing says.
okay. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of
Oh,
it's
and there was a
that's how
lot of good movies.
even like The Natural, which is a sports movie, so they'll never win. But like even that, yeah, no, they always have good
Red
movies
Dawn.
like that never, it is what it is. But I mean, I guess like in that category, do you think this deserved to win?
I guess since I haven't seen any of those other movies, which is rare for me, I guess it wins by default. Would I
I
have picked
think
it? No, I would have picked the other movie, the Once Upon a Time in America. I would have
yeah,
picked that movie.
that's a good one too. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I appreciate for what it is. Also, apparently, this is like the third biopic, and then like the last 4 years that had won. Supposedly, so I think I read that somewhere. I think they were just on like a
Really?
biopic kick. Let's look at the what won in the 80s. Let's see, because I know you had, oh, yeah, because you had Gandhi, Amadeus, and then the Last Emperor. So you had like three, and then I guess I don't know. Yeah, so it's like they had like three of them, like in a 5 year span or whatever, was all like biopics or whatever.
It's nuts.
Okay, so I agree. Like I think well, I'll go. I think it should have won. I appreciate because to me stuff like Once Upon a Time in America, like we've seen those. You know what I mean? Those types. Like this is this is pretty interesting and unique in that regard. Although I will say some of the scenes in Once Upon a Time in America is like haunting. I'll never forget some of the scenes in there. They're very gruesome and hard to watch. Like,
Yep.
especially yeah, like I ain't yeah, curb stomping and whatnot. I ain't for that. But yeah, some bad ones. But okay, so now let's go ahead and pull up our wheel here and let's pick the next movie for next week.
Alrighty. Come on, no whammy, no whammy.
Let me write my request if you can let me share my screen because I'm not the host anymore. Okay, let's see here. Share. Alrighty,
All
let me
right,
know. Let me
Wheel
know
of
when you can see
Fate.
my screen. Here we go.
All right, come on, no Emmy, no Emmy.
Ooh, a little sound effect action. We are watching 2004, Million Dollar Baby.
All right, I enjoyed that movie. I can't wait to watch it again.
Very sad movie. So this is gonna make everyone even more. This is, I would argue,
Having
this is
a
like,
depressing year.
I would argue this is like a top three most sad movie I've ever watched in my entire life.
Oh yeah, it's definitely depressing.
But it's got my favorite actor, Clint Eastwood, and Hilary Swank in it. It's really good.
Yeah,
Ah,
100%. It's really good, but like I don't know what is it with this year, but we've had like All Quiet on the Western Front, Shawshank Redemption, Amadeus, which I guess out of
it's
all
not,
the movies, it's
yeah.
not that sad, but like
And
it
Shawshank
ends
has a
sadly.
happy ending, okay? Like,
Yeah.
so,
Not for the
well,
librarian, Daniel. Not for the
that's true.
librarian.
I mean, but to be fair, he got a library named after him. So I mean, I'd take that trade. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today. Again, I know it's a little bit awkward not having our third amigo here. Please put in the comments that you missed him and you want him back. You don't want us here. You want him there as well, because I certainly do. But yeah, so that will wrap it up for this week. And until next time, this is the Chicago Cinephiles podcast signing out.
Stay warm.